Supreme Court for the state of Michigan has ruled that city election officials cannot prevent Detroit voters from deciding on a municipal ballot measure that seeks to remove marijuana possession penalties for those aged 21 or older. The court refused to review an appeal brought by the Detroit City Clerk's Office and the Detroit Election Commission that sought to strike down the proposed ballot question, sponsored by the group Coalition for a Safer Detroit. In 2010, the coalition collected over 6,000 signatures from registered voters to place the measure on that year's electoral ballot. The vote failed to take place, however, because the election officials at the time alleged that the proposal conflicted with state anti-drug laws. This past February, the Michigan Court of Appeals ruled 2-1 that Detroit's election officials acted illegally in 2010 when they denied voters the opportunity to decide on the issue. Plaintiffs had a clear legal right to the placement of the initiative on the ballot, the court ruled. The Supreme Court's ruling upholds the appellate court's decision. Detroit voters will now decide on this measure in November. Commenting on the ruling, Tim Beck, head of the Coalition for a Safer Detroit and former executive director of Michigan NORML, said, "This case in Detroit was not just about marijuana. Had we lost in court, the local initiative process itself would have been rendered meaningless statewide, no matter what the issue might be." He added, "We expect a major victory for Detroit cannabis consumers this November." For more information, please visit saferdetroit.net. The legalization of cannabis for therapeutic purposes is not associated with increases in the use of marijuana or other illicit substances among adolescents, according to a discussion paper commissioned by the Institute for the Study of Labor in Germany. Economists from Montana State University, the University of Oregon, and the University of Colorado in Denver examined the relationship between state medical cannabis laws and marijuana consumption among high school students. Authors analyzed data from the National and State Youth Risky Behavior Survey from the years 1993 through 2009, during which time 13 states enacted laws allowing for the production and use of cannabis for medical purposes. Authors found no evidence that the enactment of medical cannabis legalization adversely impacted adolescents' drug consumption. They concluded, "Our results are not consistent with the hypothesis that the legalization of medical marijuana caused an increase in the use of marijuana and other substances among high school students. Our results suggest that the legalization of medical marijuana was not accompanied by increases in the use of marijuana or other substances such as alcohol and cocaine among high school students." Interestingly, several estimates suggest that marijuana use actually declined with the passage of medical marijuana laws. A 2012 study by researchers at McGill University in Montreal and published in the Journal of Annals of Epidemiology previously reported similar findings, concluding, "Passing medical marijuana laws decreased past 1 month use among adolescents and had no discernible effect on the perceived riskiness of monthly use." These estimates suggest that the reported adolescent marijuana use may actually decrease following the passing of medical marijuana laws. That's it for This Week in Weed. Be sure to check back every Thursday for the latest stories in marijuana law reform.